Elijah repaired the altar, but then Elijah prepared the sacrifice. He says, I will dress the other bullock. In other words, I will present it as God has required. See, the prophets of Baal didn't prepare the sacrifice the right way. And contrary to popular opinion, God does not accept any old offering or sacrifice. Romans 12:1, present your bodies a living sacrifice, what? Holy and what? Everybody say acceptable. Acceptable unto God. If an offering has the ability to be acceptable, that means it also can be unacceptable. And much of what we're offering in church week after week after week is not acceptable to God. Just because we come and sing and do praise and worship and shout does not mean God has accepted our worship, does not mean God has accepted our praise, does not mean that God has accepted our service, because your sin stands between you and your God. Just because we're loud don't mean we're acceptable. Just because we dance and shout doesn't mean our praise is acceptable. Just because we know the right church lingo or what to wear or what to say does not mean that we are acceptable. No wonder the psalmist said the sacrifice of God are a broken spirit, a broken and a contrite heart. Oh my God. God is looking for a contrite heart. God is looking for a broken spirit. God is looking for a spirit of humility. God is looking for people to worship him in spirit and in truth. In other words, this ain't about you. This ain't about me. This is about God Almighty. It's about serving our fellow man. It's about God's people and not our agenda. This ain't about your star shining bright. There's only one star in this show, and that's the bright and the morning star. Oh, my. I got to get out of here. But not only will God not accept any old sacrifice, but God calls for an investment. Everybody say an investment. Notice Elijah told them to fill 12 barrels with water in the time of a drought. In other words, he said, if you really want the fire of God to fall, I need you to be invested in this thing. If you don't ever make an investment in anything, then you don't care about it. Can I say that one more time? If you don't ever make an investment in something, you don't care about it. Look at somebody and tell them, pursuit is the proof of your desire. Say that one more again. Say, pursuit is the proof of your desire. In other words, if you really want something, you're going to spend some time trying to pursue it. You see, you know the importance of a thing by the time you're willing to give it. I'm going to mess us up in here today. How much time do we really give to pursuing God? There was a popular book out a little while ago called God Chasers. But we don't spend too much time chasing God. How much time do we spend on our face compared to on Facebook? Y'all ain't gonna like me today. We live in a technology, information age where we're connected to everything and everybody except for the one that matters the most. So many of us think that we would die if we lost our phone or had to go without our phone for a day. But many of those same people can go days upon end and even weeks upon end without ever talking to God. Y'all won't help me now. Some of you today, had you left your phone at home, you would have turned your car around. Even if you were going to be late for church, went all the way back home so you can get that phone. But how many of you left this morning and didn't say nothing to God at home on the way to church or since you've been here to church? If you want the fire of God to fall, it's going to require an investment on your part. They had a saying in the world that said, nothing in, nothing out. You can buy the best quality refrigerator that they sell. Plug it up in your house and take a picture and a selfie standing next to it. If you don't put no food in there, ain't no need in getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning talking about eyes hungry, because you didn't put nothing in there and you ain't getting nothing out of there. Touch your neighbor and say, nothing in, nothing out. Nothing in, nothing out. Nothing in, nothing out.